Hey dumplings, it's Dave decided we need to talk about Jung Kook leaving Qatar and some staff photos. We also have a radio host saying some homophobic and racist things that we need to address, and we also have Suga posting a photo of his new love. So hater or not, make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on. Grab your dumplings, Taste Spilling Mug merch, and your Christmas dumpling sweater. Proceeds go to charity, and I will post all that on my community tab on Thanksgiving. And let's get into today's video. A lot of people were freaking out recently over something that Suga posted, and I kind of feel like he knew that people would freak out or maybe try to leak it on purpose. It's cute though. But we all know that Jung Kook performed at the FIFA World Cup and absolutely killed it. He was also greeted by both good and bad reception, which I will talk about more later. But the good thing was the amount of support he received from the fandom and from each BTS member. Suga was part of that, and he posted a screenshot of a video recording of Jung Kook performing at the World Cup. So from looking at that screenshot, it just appeared that he had recorded his TV of the performance and then wanted just a specific part, which was Jung Kook's face holding the mic. However, instead of just hitting the screen cap button and then just sharing that frame, Suga just screen capped the whole thing, also showing the reel at the bottom, which included other photos and videos that he had recorded previously, including what appeared to be a black cat. Suga has talked about in the past really liking cats, but we didn't know if he had a cat or not. Suga's dog is quite famous within the fandom and is named Holly. People were saying Holly was super jealous now that it appeared like Suga got another pet. Everyone always calls Suga a cat because his personality is similar to that. And the reaction online was quite funny. People were saying that this is how Suga chose to drop the news. But hey, Suga definitely should have gotten a cat before. It seemed like he was always a more of a cat person than a dog person. But I would imagine Holly was the one that opened Suga up to dogs. But deep down, he probably always still wanted to add a cat into the family. I can definitely respect a person who loves cats. Cats are very much less affectionate. Of course, there are some more affectionate cats, but the ones that are less affectionate often require the owners to work harder for the affection and love and to ask for permission and consent before touching and cuddling with a cat, because they will scratch you. You should definitely not trust men who hate cats. Luckily, Suga loves both and has such beautiful two pets. And no doubt he would be able to care and love them both so much. Of course, this is currently Suga's new love. People were begging and asking Suga to drop the photos in the reel and also just post more information. Like, what is the name? Is it a boy or girl? And even just full photos. People are also assuming that there are photos of cute moments where the cat is lying right on Suga's chest, because it appeared like in one of the photos on the reel, Suga was wearing a sweater that had appeared on a live stream. The way armies piece these things together, just chef's kiss. I think it's great to look in these things like this for cute celebrity photos, but please try to refrain from doing this towards any significant other or friends and family. That wouldn't be so healthy. However, all of that silly stuff aside, I am glad to hear that Jung Kook got all the support and love from all the members and Suga. Jung Kook literally lit the stage on fire and left. He left ashes. If you want to see me absolutely freak out over the performance and fangirl, check out my Patreon. We have a fun time there. I will leave that link in the description. Since he has left Qatar, it gave permission for ARMY and shop owners or anyone that Jung Kook had interacted with to go ahead and post cute photos of their interactions with Jung Kook. This is definitely something a lot of people in the fandom try to do. If they do meet Jung Kook on the street or anywhere, they will often try to post after Jung Kook has left the area. If you post right away, there could be a chance that Jung Kook or any idol would want to linger in that area, eat or chat with people, and by posting and likely the photos going viral, it would cut the idol's time in that area short, as they would have to leave before either reporters or many other people show up to that area looking for the idol. And these things go viral fast. The staff did post this photo and basically was like, Jung Kook is leaving the country, he is gone, and this greenlit all the BTS fan club pages to also go ahead and repost. The shop owner posted several photos of Jung Kook with their staff posing, and this is a rare sight indeed. We rarely ever see Jung Kook posting with people. This is not because he is arrogant or too good for other people. It's because he is either not allowed or the photos can be taken in the wrong way. Let's say someone edits them and makes Jung Kook's body proportions look weird, then a rumor of a surgery. It's also a situation of if a girl poses with Jung Kook or any BTS member, then that girl can get death threats or called a stalker. That has happened so many times. And that girl's DMs would be filled with, how'd you find this idol, huh? Did you stalk them? And it's like, no, they were just fans and ran into them. So all of that is a reason why idols would refrain from taking photos. But there's definitely no harm in taking photos at a restaurant with the staff there to monitor the photos and make sure that they look good. If you're looking to visit the shop or restaurant, a lot of that information seemed to have been maybe purposely buried or covered up, as I couldn't find too much information on the specific shop and the type of cuisine. But if you know, let us all know. Maybe we can all plan a party there and all try food that Jung Kook did. Jung Kook even took a video with one of the staff and several photos with what appeared to be everyone working that night. Those who decide to take the day off are kicking the air right now. Being a server is pretty cool. I know a couple of people who have met executives who have helped them in their career after being a server, and others who have met celebrities all the time. Especially if you're in New York and you work at even a slightly high-end restaurant, you'll run into celebrities. Whether you like K-pop or not, there was no doubt that every person in Qatar that night, or nights leading up to the World Cup, wasn't aware that Jung Kook was there. There seemed to be some sort of big welcome for him and large crowds in front of hotels and stuff. So no doubt he was also the focus of conversation. The World Cup would have been talked about regardless, and definitely Jung Kook was going to be part of that conversation. A French radio host actually went ahead and addressed the World Cup and gave his commentary on it. And you know, he didn't exactly say the best things. People were mad. But what happened? The French station is called RTL, and according to several French-speaking armies, they claimed that the host was racist towards Morgan Freeman, who narrated the opening ceremony, and then also Jung Kook. If that's true, at least he's consistently racist, you know? It's not like he's picking and choosing which race he likes. He just doesn't like them all. But allegedly, he called Morgan Freeman Nelson Mandela in a mocking tone, and also called Jung Kook part of a group of Korean virgins. This is, by the way, crudely translated by the French armies, so language barrier and that sort of thing is always an issue, and take it with a grain of salt. Cultural context and cultural languages matter to some degree. Every language does have words that would be considered more racially bad that are maybe still being used. I'm not excusing anything or saying that what is being said is not bad. I just don't know. I just always keep in mind that translations can make things appear worse. Of course, an army went ahead and decided to DM the specific host and let them know calmly what the actual issue was. And to my surprise, the specific host actually did respond. Again, this response and DM is crudely translated, and I'm going to read that. The person who messaged the host wrote, "Hello, I'm writing the words you spoke recently calling BTS a group of Korean virgins is very unwelcomed, and this is the reason we are asking you for your apologies, or at least a reconsideration. Indeed, those words are not acceptable. The bare minimum is to be respectful to people. You can criticize pieces of work, say you don't like BTS's music, it's fine. But insult someone directly is very low, humiliating, and I believe a man as old as you are should know what you say or not to say." The response that the host allegedly gave read, "Hello, I admit as old as I am, as you mentioned, I didn't have the chance to know BTS. We are several authors that this joke made by my colleagues totally unfair and coming out of nowhere made me laugh. Virgins is neither a quality or a flaw. I imagine as the BTS are international celebrities, they must have a lot of talent, even if they took a lot from MJ. Sorry I've hurt your love for BTS, friendly yours." Now you can argue and say that the phrase Korean virgins is not racist, and a lot of celebrities get called way worse things, and they do. There's not inherently anything wrong with being Korean or being a virgin. However, this is not an isolated incident, and it's the same rhetoric said over and over again that Asian men are not manly and can't get a girl and are undesirable. If it's just a random piece of criticism, why is it the same thing said over and over again by millions of people all around the world, and they push this idea that Asian men are ugly? If the response of the host was translated accurately, we still have a huge problem here. It's not even that you insult a celebrity, because you can do that. BTS won't be upset, they'll cry into their billions of dollars, but anyone who is listening to the station that is Korean but appears more like BTS, slender and more pretty looking, they will start to think that there is something wrong with how they look. I can almost imagine every male Asian was sick of hearing about BTS when BTS first broke out in America, because all of their friends and acquaintances were probably like, "You look like BTS." Anyone with dyed hair or softer skin. This is not an insult to BTS specifically. This is direct racism to all Asian men and the beauty standard that exists in Korea, which is why a lot of Asian men look like BTS. People were going on to say that the comments were just also homophobic and outs Jung Kook. To mock someone's race and even use their possible sexual history as a mocking tool is very disgusting to me. The idea behind Korean virgins revolves around the idea that they are either virgins because they're in the closet and too feminine, so they must be gay, or as I mentioned, because of rumors that they can't get a girl. But then at the same time, these people will say that all their fans are girls, so they can get a girl. They can get millions. Jung Kook just shattered history with a great performance, and the takeaway there, the thing that people say about the performance, is that he must be a virgin. If there's anyone who still is saying that Asians are not being discriminated against, just stop. It's literally the same thing as how a woman can do the most amazing thing, but then all the comments are just mocking how she looks and do not even mention the amazing things she did. But we see that as wrong, which we should, but we don't apply that same logic with Asians. I don't get it. Let me know what you think. Make sure you check out my Patreon for more videos, link down below. Thanks for this lovely comment right here. Love you. Bye.